So one of my favorite things about eating vegan is that we get to eat food from all over the world. And today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite dishes. It's actually from Ethiopia. It's called Mesir Wat, or red lentil stew. And I remember the first time I tried Ethiopian food, I wasn't really sure what to think of it. But this always seems to happen when I do try new foods. After I eat it, it's like I can't stop thinking about it. I'm like, something about the food and the flavors and the spices is just new and different, and then I definitely want to try it again. And then usually by the second or third time I try it, I'm just loving it. And that's what happened with me with Thai food the first time I tried Thai cuisine, the first time I tried Indian food, sushi, and now Ethiopian food I love too. So Mesir Wat is actually really simple. I figured out through some trial and error that it's really about how you cook the lentils to get the signature texture that they have. So I'll go over the ingredients with you. The first ingredient is red lentils. I got these in the bulk section at Whole Foods. They're organic, they're super cheap. If you do have access to a store with bulk foods, I recommend you try to buy a lot of stuff in bulk. It's really affordable. And the second ingredient, probably the most important, is the berbere spice blend. And I was also fortunate that our Whole Foods has the berbere spice blend, so I don't have to go to the trouble of mixing it up. However, if you can't find it, it's really pretty simple to make the spice blend. So I'll share with you a recipe for that right now. Okay, so this is how I cut an onion. First I cut off the two sides. Then I cut the onion in half. Then from here I peel off the outermost layer to get the skin off. One of the tricks to cutting an onion to reduce the amount of tears is to make sure you have a really sharp knife and that you just do it precisely and pretty quickly. You don't want to spend a lot of time hacking into it with a dull knife, because that releases the liquid or the gas, whatever is in there that causes the tears. So my knife is really good, and I'm just going to cut this pretty quickly. And also, as I cut into it, I'm going to keep this actually intact, so it's going to keep it kind of all sealed up. So I'll show you how I do that. So first I'm going to go through and do cuts going one way, so then I'm going to place them back together and I'm going to turn it and then do my cuts going the other way. So this way I'm going to get a pretty small dice. You could also chop this onion in a food processor if you want, but I don't feel like getting out my food processor just for one onion. So there's that half. Now we can do the other half. Now to cut this ginger, first thing you want to do is cut away the skin or the peel, the outside part here of the ginger. And I find the easiest way to do this is with a knife. Because of the weird shape of the ginger, you're going to end up sacrificing a few parts of it. But, you know, ginger's really cheap, so I don't worry about it. Cut away all the peel of the ginger. And now I'm going to grate it with this microplane grater. I'm going to do a couple of cloves. Okay, the way that I peel the garlic is first I chop away the hard end where the kind of like stem area is. Then chop the other end, and then you can see these coming apart. And then I crush it with the thickest side of my knife to help peel the skin off. Alright, after you have all your garlic cloves peeled, got the skin off, I'm going to use this garlic press to mince the garlic. You could also chop this up by hand, but this is one tool that I really like because it just makes it a lot faster. Okay, I've got my onion, garlic, and ginger in here. A little oil in the bottom of the pan. Water. Okay, now I've got my lentils that I just rinsed in this colander. And it's a good idea to just kind of pick through them, make sure there's not any little pebbles or, I don't know, sticks. Sometimes there might be. After you add the lentils, you're going to add water to come up to about twice as high as wherever your lentils are. So, or I should say this whole mixture. So it's coming up to here, so I'm going to add water like up to here. Okay, I just added water. I'm going to stir this for a minute until it comes to a boil. So I'm turning the heat up all the way to high. Once it reaches a boil, I'm going to turn it down and cover it and let it simmer. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes. We can see that this is already getting thick. Alright, our Mesir Wat is done. It's nice and thick. The liquid has evaporated. Last thing I'm going to add is some salt to taste. Again, totally optional. And the balsamic vinegar, I add about 3 tablespoons. I'm going to stir that in, and then it's all ready. And this would be great with some rice or maybe some cooked collard greens. Or if you're really feeling up for a challenge, try to make the injera, which is the traditional Ethiopian flatbread. Maybe I'll try that another day. Thanks for watching.